Alright, I had to check my phone real quick. Well, actually I had to stop and pee, but I also had to check my phone real quick here. I got 3 point something gigabytes of space left, so that should be enough for about an hour. Lucky you. Let's see, I have another 85.6 miles before I get to the hotel.
There, right.
My God.
Then take the motorway.
So yeah, I stopped at a McDonald's, and it's really strange. I mean, the roads up here are they're wet. I guess it must have rained up. I mean, I'm in a higher elevation because I'm up in the Appalachians, and I'm going through the Appalachians. But the rain, everything was like really wet back there, you know. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but anyway, I'm back on 64 eastbound, heading towards Ashland. Turning my high beams on. Getting back up to 80. Yeah, there's a bunch of rain on the back of my, on the back windscreen back there. I don't know what the shit that was about. The only reason it's wet on the front windscreen is because I've been hitting glowing fireflies like crazy. There's like, they're all over the place. Oh shit, you can't even see me right now. Well, that's alright. That's alright. I got a face made for radio anyway. But anyway, yeah, I've been hitting fireflies for like the last, 70 miles. Yeah, I already said that 84.4 miles to go until I get to the hotel. And I got 77 miles until TomTom gives me the next... the time right now is 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. 10 p.m. Been on the road all fucking day. But that's okay though. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not bitter about it. This is a hell of an experience. I think I would just rather be at the place I'm going to be sleeping and get a good night's sleep. So if I sound a little irritated, it's not. I'm not being. I'm not. This has been a long drive. I've just been trying to. But you know what? It's been enlightening. This has been a great experience. It has been. It's been a tiring experience. I mean, I've been sitting on my ass all day, except for the several times that I've stopped the car to get out of the car. But it's kind of sucks hitting these lightning bugs too. I'm a little frustrated by that, 'cause sometimes I hit one and their entrails glow for a few seconds, and I'm like, oh man. And I hadn't realized how many of them I hit until I just stopped back at I don't know where the hell that was that I stopped back at. That little township, right? It wasn't really a township. It wasn't a rest stop either. It was like a little area with a McDonald's and a Chinese buffet and some place called Daddy-O's at a gas station. Anyway, I stopped there because I really had to pee. I had to stop, and so I did. I stopped. Man, I feel like I've really lightened the load. Between my last video and this one, I was listening to my iPod. I had that little Bluetooth speaker thing. I was listening to my driving playlist. I'd play it now because I mean I got plenty of charge on both of those devices. But I'm gonna post this on YouTube later, and I don't want everybody to sue me because I got music in the background, because they're real sticklers about that. But yeah, in case you were wondering, I was listening to California Queen by Wolfmother. That's a hell of a driving song. And before that was Shake a Leg by AC/DC on Eric Seidel radio, playing the hits of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Up next is, well, me talking for the next hour, because I don't want to get sued for copyright infringement. Yeah, that was my radio DJ thing. But shit. None of my jokes are funny. I admit it's not. None of this shit's funny. I already know. I don't care at this point. I got another 80 miles miles to go. You know, the thing that really fucks me about this TomTom thing is it's 80. I've been going 80 miles for like, well, now I'm going 75 because I've been going up and down hills. I'm in Kentucky right now, and I've been going up and down hills, and I'm trying to go easy on my good old Corolla here. But at the same time, I'm trying to keep a steady 80 mile an hour pace. But the thing is, the TomTom tells me I'm not going to get to the hotel for another hour and 15, excuse me, another hour and 15 minutes. Of course, that fluctuates depending on how fast I'm going. But the thing is, it's been I'm not a math major, all right? I'm not a math major, but the thing that really fucks me about the TomTom is I'm going 80 miles an hour. I got 72.2 miles before I get to the next little turnoff. 79.5 miles altogether. Yet, it's going to be an hour and 15 minutes before I get to the thing. Hour and 15 minutes going at 80 miles an hour. 72 miles to go. Come on, man. Simple fucking math. That's not an hour and 15 minutes. That's maybe 50-something minutes. You know, in a perfect world, that's 50-something minutes before I get to the motel. But no, according to the TomTom, it's going to be an hour and 15. Okay. It's like, you know, so I don't know how accurate this thing. You know, as a matter of fact, after I recorded that last video, I was going through Cincinnati. Well, actually, I was going past Cincinnati. I was actually going through Louisville, Kentucky, because Louisville and Cincinnati are like right next to each other, apparently. I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I mean, that might have been Louisville, Kentucky. I went through. Or Luxembourg, Tennessee. It was something that started with an L. I guess that's like a sister city type kind of thing. They're across the river from each other, you know, kind of like Camden and Philadelphia. But I'm sorry that's a bad comparison. I am so sorry. I'm sure Louisville, Kentucky is a much nicer city than Camden is. I apologize to everybody who's in Kentucky. You know, all of you have been hella nice so far. You know, and as a matter of fact, none of you look like you're inbred, which is something I am so happy is not true. I was expecting some real weird stuff, but no, everybody is very sweet, very kind. I just now realize I'm kind of insulting you guys while at the same time complimenting you. Let's just say that I have had a misguided opinion of country folk in the hills of the Appalachians. I'm sure in some places it's much like Deliverance, I'm sure, but in the areas that I've been so far, at least along the interstate, everyone's been very normal and beautiful people and very nice and kind and, you know, smiling, you know, very, you know, oh, and I just realized I've had my high beams on, shit. There's been people I've been driving past for the longest time. It's just been me. It seems like on the highway, and some lights behind me, and some people on the left going west. But now I'm starting to come across other people on the highway here, and I've had my high beams on for the last 10 miles while I've been, you know, chewing your ear off on the phone here, and it didn't even fucking occur to me that. To turn my high beams off, and there's actual street lights now, which is nice. Actually, they're more like those stadium lights. They're like high up stadium lights, which is cool. That's pretty nice. If you can't tell so far, 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes into the video, it's been a long day, which I've mentioned. I'm going to be repeating myself, I assume. Oh shit! I'm basically now racing to get to the motel. I can't see shit. The only thing I can see is the reflectors, the lights in front of me, the occasional bug smacking against my window, and the tail lights in front of me, and then, well, of course, the headlights behind me. I'm sure Kentucky's got some very beautiful. I did get a chance to see some of Kentucky while I was driving through it, which was cool. I just saw a flash. I don't know what the hell. I think that was a speed camera. Either that or was somebody's. I don't know what the hell that was. That was a flash. But I'm going 70. I'm only going 75. I mean, they can't be giving me a ticket for that. So I don't know. Maybe it was a bug hit the corner of my eye or something. Well, not literally hit me, but I mean, like, by me or something. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm going the speed limit. I'll fight it. But yeah, I can't really see much of the Kentucky countryside. I did see some of it before the sun went down. It was pretty nice, the mountains and everything. I can kind of see the outline of the mountains, you know. What's really neat is in this part of the country, there's like it cuts through the Appalachians in some areas. It's like whoever built these highways, they went, what, Appalachians? Fuck that, we're cutting through them. And I don't mean they built tunnels. I meant they like cut grooves through the mountains in order to pave the highways. They didn't just build a tunnel like they do in Pennsylvania. No, in Kentucky, they must have dynamited the fuck out of the mountains to make these highways. And you know, but now in Pennsylvania they're like, oh man, why can't? Well, let's not do that. Let's just cut a hole through the mountains and we'll build a tunnel. Now in Kentucky, they were like, yeah, you know what, mountains, fuck the mountains, let's just blow them up. And that's what this looks like they've done. It looks like in some sections, it's like they've cut right through the rock. It's like, fuck yeah, Kentucky. I like that idea. I mean, I got nothing against tunnels, but, you know, if you got dynamite, what the hell? Make it entertaining. Make your work entertaining, you know? Make yourself want to come to work. You know, don't just dig a hole through a mountain. Fucking nuke it, man. You know, I mean, hey, make it fun for yourself. And obviously, they've enjoyed their work because there's a lot of that mountain cutting. Looks like it's going on, you know. Well, they probably didn't use dynamite. They probably used that big crane thing. There's the big giant. I'm sure they had those back in I think they invented them in the 50s or the 60s. You know, the giant thing that just digs right through the ground. Oh no, actually, I think it might have been that big wheel. You know, that big bulldozer wheel thing that just that, like rotates and just, you know, just. You know, it's probably one. I don't know the name of it. Anthony Hopkins had one in Westworld. He was using it to cut through make a new part of the park. I'm sure there's a name for it. I know they use them in West Virginia for the coal. Well, they use them for quarries. They make quarries with them. That's those giant fucking cranes, and they got like this is like a claw that just cuts into the mountainside, and all the rocks fall into these. It's like a big merry-go-round, Ferris wheel. It's like a big Ferris wheel type thing. They probably used one of those. I'm sure they had those back in the 40s. I'm sure that's when they built these highways, was back in the 40s, like sometime right after the war, or you know, or in the early 50s, you know, sometime after World War II. Whatever the hell it was, they built the interstates. Go ahead, go past me. Fuck's sake. Attaboy. Holy shit, it's a van. I'm going 80 miles an hour, and this van is like, shit. Alright there. Oh god, 69.3 miles to go. Man, I just hit another bug. You know what, I just realized something. You know what I loved about Top Gear? And I'm talking about the original Top Gear, not the US Top Gear. I never watched that. And I never watched the newer Top Gear, you know, the one with Chris Evans. I don't mean to everybody who's American. I'm not talking about Captain America Chris Evans. I'm not talking about that guy. I mean the fucking British dude who looks like Adam Savage from Mythbusters but without the goatee. That Chris Evans. Yeah, I never watched that Top Gear. From what I hear, they canceled it after one season of that guy. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that guy. I'm not familiar with him. The only thing that I thought sucked was they had Matt LeBlanc on here. I mean, I'm like, what the fuck is Matt LeBlanc doing on a British TV show? Actually, the biggest what the fuck was why did they even continue it after Jeremy Clarkson possibly justifiably punched that producer? The only reason why I say possibly justifiably is because Jeremy Clarkson also punched Pierce Morgan, and Pierce Morgan's kind of a dick. So I'm just assuming that Jeremy Clarkson's fist is a good judge of character. That's why I'm saying possibly justifiably, because I hear that producer was kind of a dick. So, you know, it's never a good idea to punch anybody. I'm just, you know, just saying. But yeah, ever since they should have just stopped the show after that. You know, it's like, is that but hey, but the Grand Tour, they got that show with the Grand Tour on Amazon. That's good. Actually, that was the whole reason I got Amazon Prime to begin with, was to watch that show. That other show, Bosch, that's all right. I watched all 3 seasons of that. Yeah. First season was good. You know, second season was a little better. Third season, it was on par with the first one. I'll put it that way. But it's a good series overall. If you got Amazon, I recommend it. I like cop shows, you know, so it was good to watch it. What the hell is this over here on the right? Feeling the American Spirit Marathon. Oh, it looks like some kind of oh, it's big ass oil refineries. Holy shit, that's a big ass oil refinery. Oh, wow. Holy shit, I did not expect that. Oh, dude, man, that's not just an oil refinery, that's like a town. That thing's like a fucking town in itself. All those lights. Jesus Christ, I just drove over an entire oil refinery back there, dude. Hey! Alright, I'm in West Virginia! Oh shit, I'm just entering West Virginia. Oh my god, home stretch now. Oh yeah, alright. And I didn't have to pay a toll either. I just drove right in there. I just drove right in. Shit. Well, on the downside, the speed limit's 65 now. It's not 70 anymore. What the hell? I can still go 75-ish. Damn, look at the side. Holy shit, man. That is one big ass fucking oil refinery back there. That is like the size of a town. I've never seen anything that, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm getting excited here about the size. I'm sorry I'm getting excited, period, about an oil refinery. But I didn't know, I've never, I mean, I've driven past oil refineries, but that thing was like the size of a small town. That was like an oil refinery. That thing was, holy shit, that thing was big, man. And the highway just drives right over it. It just goes right over it. Okay, I'm starting to realize maybe this is why the TomTom said it would be an hour and 15 minutes, because now I've had to reduce my speed by 5 miles an hour, so that's probably what factors into it. What the hell is behind me? I thought I saw lights back there. Anyway, yeah, that was big. I thought it was a town. I seriously thought it was a town. All those lights I thought it was like driving past, like, I thought I was driving past Ashland, because I hear Ashland's like a major, you know, place around here. Charleston, there we go. Charleston, 56 miles. 56 miles on the thing. All right, I'm there. I'm heading there now. There we go. Street signs don't lie. Or else I should say highway signs don't lie. Street signs, they can be a bitch, I guess, sometimes. But yeah, that's all right. I'm in West Virginia. Still in the mountains, but I'm in West Virginia. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, West Virginia is right next to Maryland. Maryland, my home state. Even, of course, when I say right next to Maryland, I might as well be saying, you know, Madagascar is right next to Africa. It's still like a 500-mile stretch of stuff in between, but you know, hey, apples and oranges, or whatever the fuck comparison you want to make. But still, I mean, I'm basically home now. I'm basically home. That's what I feel. That's what I'm feeling in my heart. It's kind of a moment right now for me. All right. I mean, West Virginia. I mean, hey, Pennsylvania is right next to Maryland, but it still takes an hour to get to Philly. Or, well, an hour the way I drive to get to Philly. Huntington. Okay. Oh, whoa. Hey, okay. Night Rider here wants to go past. All right, buddy. Go on by. With high beams that fucking high, I thought maybe you might have been a spaceship or something. But, oh, wait a minute. What's this? Road work 2 miles. Okay, that might factor into the whole hour 15 thing I was talking about earlier. I just realized I haven't shut up since I started recording this 20 minutes ago. But, hey, you know. Anyway, the reason I mentioned Top Gear was... The whole reason I'm doing this recording my ugly mug while I'm driving thing is for 2 reasons. One, I'm kind of bored. And 2, I'm kind of realizing that the whole solo road trip thing is kind of lonely. Not in a good way. And 3, because I'm a heavy tipper, even though I said 2, I'm just, you know, I gotta talk to somebody. And driving is a very enlightening experience. Very, very fucking enlightening. Man, have I learned some stuff. First of all, getting back to reason number 2, which was never going to be a reason to begin with, but I kind of added it in there. I should get a dog or something. You know, maybe having a dog would make it less. Well, you know, it'd probably be. I've seen some people at rest stops that have had dogs, and yeah. Okay, left lane's going to be closed coming up, and I got to reduce my speed here. Apparently, there's there's road workers up ahead, so I'm gonna have to slow it down a little bit. But yeah, I'm not trying to copy Top Gear or anything. I used to admire the hell out of that show, and I mean, you know, at least the one with James May, Richard Hammond, and Jeremy Clarkson, not all the other bullshit. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to copy them by having this shitty camera angle and talking to your ear off the whole time I'm driving. I'm just trying to kill time and you know, maybe share some of my experience, you know, while being sober, because, you know, being sober while driving is a very, very, very good idea. Yeah, the whole left lane's closed. It's going to a single lane now. But yeah, I don't see any workers, but I'm still going to keep going 50 because, oh shit, wow. Okay, I almost went off the fucking road there. I didn't see that turn coming. It was an exit, and it didn't even have any signs. Okay, the road work is over. Cranking it back up to 65. No, 75. Going back up to 75. Here we go. Ooh, Billy Bob there. He's already done it. Alright, let me get over back into the left lane because a bunch of people entered the road here and I'm trying to get the hell past them. Oh, yeah. Well, you see, that's the thing about being on the road. You never have to feel alone because there's always other people with you. The only problem is they're also driving 2-ton vehicles with their lights on and going varying speeds. Some of them might be crazy. So, you know. And the high beams. Oh, that's always a great thing. Yeah, high beams. Luckily, the Camry's got this little niche dealy. I mean, the Corolla has this little doohickey on the mirror. I could just flip. Oh, fuck a duck. More road work. Okay, back to 60. Back down to 60 I go. Son of a fucking bitch. Yep, hour 15 minutes. Makes sense now. Still got 57 minutes to, 57 miles to go before I get to Charleston. Both shoulders closed. 2 miles, okay. I ain't even mad, bro. Why am I gonna need, why is there a stop sign? What the fuck is that for? Ah, jeez. Lane ends, merge left. Oh no, I'm already in the left-hand lane. I'm way ahead of you. back up to 75 now. Ugh. I already told you before what I think of psych. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. 65 again. I think the road work's over. I think. Yeah, I'm going back up to 65. I don't give a fuck. There's nobody working. I don't know why it's a road work. I don't know why it was a road work area. I don't know why they had the flashing lights on. There's nobody working. But yeah, I'm starting to realize, you know, especially right now, I'm not really punchy. I'm just fucking tired. I drank a Monster like 4 hours ago. I think I'm just talking now just to try and stay awake, and I'm not really even talking to anybody. I'm talking to an audience who doesn't even know yet whether or not I'm going to be posting this on YouTube or not yet, because I haven't come to any place that's had decent Wi-Fi service enough to upload anything. Oh God. Okay. Ah, boy. See, there's a lot of winding. The roads are getting windy now. There's a lot of winding along the highway here. I gotta slow down at the turns. Hey, there's an Amazon building right over there. Nice. Amazon customer service. Pretty cool. Alright. Okay, we gotta get stretcher road. I'm going back up to 75. And I'm gonna let fucking Knight Rider behind me here go ahead and go past, go back to his planet. I think they fucking need him. There you go. Attaboy. Go find Richard Dreyfuss for me, cocksucker. Okay, and Billy Bob back here with his pickup. Come on, you go by too, so I can see what I'm doing. So I don't have to flip the little, you know, light. I mean, not the light, but the little rear view mirror thingy down. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to that, the Corolla has this little feature on here. It's not really electronic or nothing. It's just like a little tab. I just flip it, and the mirror flips a certain way, and I don't got to worry about assholes with their high beams behind me, lining my eyeballs out while trying to drive. I can just flip that, and I can just see kind of like the reflection of their lights against the road, and you know, it's basically like still seeing through the rear view mirror, except what do you call it? It's just not as bright. It's like a dimmer thing. Alright, I'm gonna get back out into the middle lane. It's a 3-lane highway now. Charleston, 46 miles. I think I figured out the fuel gauge. See, remember I told you before that it's a little off, and whenever I get down towards a quarter tank of gas, I start to worry. Well, you know what? I don't think I have anything to worry about, because right now I'm almost down to a quarter tank. I'm right near the bottom of the third quarter of the thing. But what that actually means is I actually have about a third a tank of gas. I know, it's weird. I know. I've been giving you guys a lot of math today. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, what it is if I was technically running on empty, the light probably wouldn't even come on, because I would still have enough gas. I would still actually probably have like half of a quarter tank of gas, even if the gauge was all the way at empty. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to risk that. I'm still going to, but what I'm getting at is once I get down to half of a quarter, I'm going to stop and get gas. But I shouldn't have to do that until I get to Charleston. I should be alright. And I got Captain High Beams behind me again. You know what? I'm going to take advantage of this little, there we go. Now you can see, I can see everybody's happy. For the record, I don't got my high beams on right now. I probably should though, but I don't. one of the goals of this trip was I was going to stop in certain places and do some writing, but that never came to fruition. So that's okay. I feel like I'm you know, I feel recharged. I feel like I've learned some things. I don't know if I'm even gonna, you know, there was a time when I used to like think, oh, I'm gonna write a hub about, an article. I'm gonna write a article about this on the hub pages. Oh, sweet, I can go back up to 80. There we go. And I just hit another lightning bug. Son of a bitch. Its entrails are just kind of like. But you know, there was once a time when I would 43 miles to Charleston. I would just write a hub about pretty much every little adventure I would go on. You know, one time I wrote an article about Assateague Island, which is like this island in it's near Ocean City. It actually used to be part of Ocean City before this big storm around the turn of the century. You know, I don't know how the fuck that happened, but you know, that's what the story goes. Apparently, there was a really bad hurricane, and somehow something that used to be a peninsula suddenly became two separate islands. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy there, but I'm wondering just exactly how low that part of land was before the storm came. That's a little crazy. Suddenly it's like, oh well, hey, here's the inlet. You know, that's just weird to me. The whole history behind how Assateague Island became its own island. And another thing that's weird about it is the further you drive down Assateague Island, once you get around Virginia, it suddenly turns into Chincoteague Island. It's the same fucking piece of land, but they just changed the name because you've crossed state lines. You've crossed state lines, so it's no longer actually Assateague. You know, it'd be like if you took Manhattan, right? Let's say New York City was like split in the middle, and Pennsylvania owned half of it, and New York State owned the other upper half, right? Let's just pretend for a second. That would be like as if you drove down Manhattan Island, and it went from being Manhattan Island to being Guyatota Island or whatever, just because you crossed the state line. It's still the same fucking geographically. It's still the same fucking island, but now because you're in another piece of the state, another state, it's suddenly, well, hey, you're in our state now, so it's Chincoteague. It's fucking our state. All right. Well, who the fuck decided that? You know. Not to mention the fact Assateague and Chincoteague are both named after two Native American tribes. So what the shit? Who the fuck decided? You know, was it maybe the tribes got together and had a powwow and smoked a peace pipe and decided, you know what? We're gonna call your half Chincoteague, the other half we'll call Assateague. Agreed, and then they shook hands, or they did a rain dance, or whatever the fuck they do when they agree to things. And that was just it. And then I guess the American government just went, okay, we won't kill you guys. We like the idea of that. We'll go back to the reservation. Or something like that. You know, that's how America usually works. Anyway, maybe that's what happened, and they decided to just do it that way. I don't know. But that's just so fucking weird. I can't remember what the hell I was talking about before I got into that. Oh, right. Anyway, so I wrote an article about Assateague Island, and all I did was I just walked around some of the trails. You know, I didn't like. I wish I could have biked the trail. Hey, now that I got my license, maybe I'll go there one day, sometime before the summer's over. Bring my bike with me, and just somehow I'd have to buy a bike rack. Ish. Fuck, and then I would have to drive it all the way. Well, you know what? Alright, someday I'll buy a pickup. I'll buy a pickup truck. Maybe not a big pickup, not like this guy behind me is driving. No, I don't mean one like that. Maybe one like, like one of those little, like, a little Toyota. There we go. I'll get a little Toyota pickup truck. You know, something I can just haul like an easy boy chair. You know, something that kind of truck. I'll get one of those, then drive to Assateague Island, well, I'll go to Ocean City. I'll get a hotel in Ocean City, of course. We go to Assateague Island with my bike in the back. And then ride around Assateague Island. 39 miles to Charleston. Yep, 39 miles on here. Yeah, and then just ride around Assateague Island. Now, am I going to write an article about that? Well, I don't know. I might. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But I've already written about Assateague Island. I've already written about my little day trip. Jesus Christ. You know, it was 4 years ago that I joined Hub. No, it was actually like 3 years ago that I joined Hub Pages. But I've been writing on the internet for about 4 years now, and I don't got much to show for it. I think I've earned about $30 writing for Hub Pages so far. I don't think you can actually cash out until you make 50. I thought it was 25, but apparently not. It's 50. You gotta make 50 now before you can cash out. And the real kick in the ass is what it is now when you log on to Hub Pages. They got this thing where it shows you these different people. It's like Allison, whoever, is making $300 a month on Hub Pages. Wow, good for you, Allison. You know, yeah, that's great. That's a real kicker. That's good for you. I don't know how long Allison's been writing for Hub Pages. I can't really recall if her name is Allison. I don't know. I don't even know who the hell she is. I'm just making an example here. But they got this thing now where you go on, when you go on to check your articles to see reviews and all that, you go on there and it tells you like, oh, this person's making $900 a month. This particular person's making $300 a month. And I'm like, wow, I'm making like $10 a month. Not even that. Actually, I'm not even that. I'm sorry. I lied to make it seem like I haven't wasted my time on Hub Pages. No. I'm actually making, if I'm lucky, $1.45 a month on Hub Pages. And I think the only article that's actually getting any traffic is that how to make money in GTA Online thing, which I guess after the gun running update is probably really useful, even though I haven't even played the gun running update, thus haven't written anything about it yet. So, but still, hey, everything else up until that point, go on there, check it out. That'll help you make some money, legit money, not glitch money or any of that exploit shit. None of that. No, it's all legit. Hey, I smell marijuana. Because I know sometimes marijuana can smell like a dead skunk in the road. Sometimes it can also smell like armpit sweat. No, it's not. Wait a minute. No, I'm still good. The Old Spice I put on is still good. They're not kidding when they tell you it's you know, strong, all day lasting. It's they're not kidding. No, it's not. It must have been a skunk. Either that or the guy in front of me smoking a blunt. I don't see any smoke puffs coming out of the van, so. And yeah, it is a van. It's not a hippie van. It's not the truth. Alright, I know what I said about the gas tank, but fuck. I don't know if I should stop and get some next time I get a chance, or if I should just keep pushing on through, because I'm only 40 miles away from the... Hey, it's that van that passed me earlier. Ha! Hey, alright. Hello again. Okay, there's some place called Milton coming up. Okay, we got attractions. There's a truck to the right of me. I can't... What's this? Exit 28. Camping. Food. What's the food place? Barnyard Barbecue. Nice. Okay, more food places. You know, standard McDonald's, Wendy's, all that. Oh, we got gas. We got a gas station coming up. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got gas. We got gas. What is this? Yeah. Oh, looks like it's a bunch of diesel places. not going to stop long. I'm just going to go in, get some gas, come out. Hopefully they got a chip reader, because I'm not doing that card slide shit. Not with this new credit card. I'm using the chip, and that's it. I called my company earlier, and they approved it. It's all that I let them know, like, hey, I got the new card, and they're like, okay, good, you're good to go. I only got $65 left in credit on it. Yeah, that's the thing about me, folks. I got 3 credit cards from 3 different companies, and I barely see which way to get the gas. Okay, it's all on the right. I gotta make a right. All right, so but yeah, that's the thing about me. I got 3 credit cards, and I barely got any credit on any. I left the one at home.
100 yards, go straight on. Then take the motorway. Go straight on.
No, I will not. I'm going to make a right. Oh, wow. Okay, Exxon's closed. Alright, over here we got a Go-Mart. That looks like they're open. Man, that Exxon is like... Man, not even the pumps are turned on. Oh, and they got a laundromat, a barber shop, and a biscuit world over there.
Turn left, then turn left.
All of which look like they're closed, so... Here we go, unleaded. It's an actual normal gas station. Here we go. It's not diesel or nothing.
Turn right, then turn right.
I don't think the market is open now. Are they open? I don't know if they're open. Hang on, I'll be back.